Good afternoon and welcome back to the Notorious YouTube channel. Today we have a pretty special video. I've seen a couple of these come out for different items and I'm kind of excited that I can relevantly do it myself. And it's for another toy obviously, but today's big scenario is what did I pay for my Harley Nightster 1200? And let me be the first to show you what all is going on with it. So I recently got a 2011 Harley Nightster 1200 and what I paid to this thing is next to nothing. I actually paid the same for this as I did my last Nightster that's on the channel. Go check those videos out. It was an 08 and it had mini apes on it, but it had bucking and hesitating problems, and I actually sold it just to help my wife get her Lincoln twin turbo MKT. But I'm going to give you a small rundown on whatever it's got, which is a lot. I even got stuff on here my friend pointed out I didn't even know it actually had. So to start out, we have RSD handlebar ends, 14-inch ape hangers, which actually fit me well for being 5'5". I was kind of worried that they would be just a little too big. They are not. They work great. RSD gas cap. Roland intake, pretty spiffy, still has the rain sock, runs very well. Vance & Hines short shots, not knockoffs, actual short shots. Makes it sound savage. These are actually the only exhaust I prefer for this bike. They're affordable and they're not super expensive, at least for most people. This bike only has 8,500 miles. I think it's like 8,300 miles on it. It's got smoke signals. Got another engine case cap down here. My buddy mentioned the coil pack relocation kit. If we were wrong or he was wrong on that, let us know in the comments down below. The tank is raised. It does have a tank raise on it. It looked higher to me, so I asked the previous owner, and he told me he didn't know, but my buddy was like, yeah, that tank has been raised. So, booyah. Maybe this is an indicator that it's actually raised because of that bar right there. You've got rear smoke signals. Literally has brand new Michelin Commander tires on it, which are awesome because I don't think I've ever actually gotten a Harley with brand new tires on it. Those are not cheap, I tell you that right now. And now for the bread and butter, one of my most favorite aspects of this bike. My last 08 Nightster actually had a Screaming Eagle tuner on it. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but I knew there were some videos that were lacking on the internet, so I made some for it, and it got pretty good hits. Go check that video out if you want. This one actually has a DynoJet Power Commander 5. And just to boot, it also has the auto-tune module, which is awesome because a lot of people want to get those, but I think just for this whole setup right here is like $800. Thank God I didn't have to buy it. It's already on the bike. It also has the O2 sensor mounted. It also is already tuned. It has been dyno tuned and is a little bit richer. You know, the guy wanted it tuned a little rich, which I've heard is a very preferred thing amongst these bikes to make them run a little cooler and try to get away from the bucking and hesitation. And this bike runs fantastic. I couldn't be happier with this bike. I've already put about 100, 200 miles on it, probably somewhere around there, and I absolutely love it. The neon green really pops. I love that because it stands out more than my last bike, which I'm a big favor of. I've never seen this before, this type of emblem, but it is a gold leaf inlay Harley Davidson emblem, so that's another thing I just love about this bike. Now I'm going to reveal in a few, once we get on the bike, how much I actually paid for it, which is going to be kind of hard to believe. I know some people will probably be like, dude, there's no way he paid that much for it. But I do have a bill of sale. We will cover that because I know a lot of people on YouTube will get called out in the comments section. And if you got a bill of sale, why not show it? Why not put some proof out there so people can actually believe in what just happened? In a moment here, we'll take it out for a ride, but I figured I would do a walk around. I love the condition this bike is actually in. It is in tip-top shape, and it's got the proper cable extensions on it, which, you know, that usually runs like 80 to 150 bucks. I love that it seems like it's been garaged most of its life. I mean, even the fork grommets are like darn near brand new. There's nothing on this bike that seems out of whack. I mean, we could clean up the wiring a little bit, but I mean, those types of things aren't a really huge deal to me at all. As long as it functions and gets down the road and you can get the wind in your helmet or hair or whatever have you, that's the most important part. But I'm in love with this bike. I got such a great deal on it. I actually put off buying one for a long time since I got rid of mine to help my wife get her car. And the Harley did pretty well on the channel that we had, so I've been dying to get another one. And I just postponed it a little too long, but like, I literally found this bike, negotiated it and bought it, went and got it out of state, all in a matter of like 48 hours. It was pretty crazy how seamlessly easy it happened. It's more like it. Yes. Knuckle bump. Love you too. Need to adjust the clutch a little bit. Seems hesitant to start, but it also kicks it forward a little bit. This is one of the things I love about Nightsters, is I believe that it has a lot better internet traffic as far as like people watching them, just because I think that people on Nightsters are more prone to watch YouTube videos and stuff than like electric lights or full-on Softails, anything like that. I think that's important, you know, and I definitely don't have the money to ride an actual full-on Harley. They're just too expensive. I mean, I know so many guys that have a full-on Harley and they have like a mortgage payment for it. It's crazy. Like, you can't get an electric light or anything like that for less than like 10 to 30 grand these days, it seems. And that's another reason why I like these bikes. But yeah, I found this bike online on Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to Facebook Marketplace. And he only wanted $4,500 for it, and I knew I was in the ballpark. It was this one and another one. It was like blue and black, but I like this one so much more. The paint job was louder. Everything about it was just perfect. So I knew I wanted a bike with ape hangers. I don't like Nightsters or stock handlebar setups. Anyways, my wife came home. I was like, I think I'm in trouble. She's like, oh God, what is it? And I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to pull like $1,000 out of savings to buy this bike. She was like, well, why don't you just wait? And I'm like, I can't afford to wait for the price that I initially got this bike down for. And once you guys hear how much I bought it for, you will totally get it. It's just one of those opportunities you don't want to throw up in the air and wait for somebody else to come and snag it from you. But I made an offer, you know, for actually what I got the bike for. And he was like, can you come up a couple $100? And I was like, oh man, no, we're definitely in the ballpark. These 14 or 16-inch ape hangers, and they work quite well. I have no complaints about them so far. I'm 5'5", and they work out quite well. I have no complaints so far. It's got, I think, like 8,200 miles on it right now, but I made him an offer of $3,500, and he asked me to come up to 38. And you know, if I had the money, I would have done that, but I just did not have enough money to throw in to do that. So I still had to pay Justin gas and stuff to go get the bike. And if you're wondering who Justin is, he actually went with us to get the Corvette, and Corvette right here. And you know, he took us again in this beautiful Dodge that gets quite good gas mileage to go get the Harley as well. He followed me all the way down to South Florida to get the Corvette, and you just can't go wrong with it. I mean, I got the bike for $3,500. When we get back, we will show you the bill of sale so you know I'm legit. And overall, it's a very smooth bike. I love these bikes because they're nimble, they're light, very low maintenance. It's a non-radiator bike, air cooled, which a lot of people have reasons to not like the air cooled bikes, and I totally get that. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I state that just being able to acquire a piece of transportation like this that's this cool for $3,500, you just cannot beat it. And obviously I wanted fuel injected. I don't do anything 07 and below on Nightsters or Sportsters because they're not fuel injected bikes, they're carbureted bikes, and I just do not like carbureted setups. I've known a lot of friends that have had issues with them, or the carb needs rebuilding, or even if they want to jet them. Curtis Reed had a Honda Shadow. It was carbureted, he had it jetted, and sometimes they would just leave him stranded at the gas station. But yeah, I would leave him stranded, and I just don't like it. Fuel economy isn't there, and even on the 07s, I still think they're a little wish-washy, because with the 07s, you have all those EPA guidelines that first came out, and that was what was wrong with my first Nightster that I had, which is on the channel. Go back and look at that. How fast is a Harley Nightster or Harley 1200? Got really good views compared to what the rest of my channel does, which hopefully this bike will turn that around, so I'll be regular moto vlogging. And the editor I have now and the camera I use now, which is a Hero 7 versus then I had a Hero 4, it's just night and day on stability, on quality, and my editing is just on a whole other level now, just because I've done a whole bunch of stuff with the 240 and with the Corvette. But yeah, we'll check out the bill of sale when we get back to the house, so you can know I'm about it. Nobody wants a YouTuber that lies or uses clickbait to get attention, but yeah, I'm hoping this bike brings some more attention back to the channel, because the Harley was a lot more popular than my Corvette is, or my 240 SX. If you're unaware of the channel on the 240 SX, there it is right there. It's a fully built motor, big turbo, Nistune, Z32 MAF. Got a little bit of everything. You'll probably see the 240 in the outro as well. I use the Corvette and the 240 SX in the intro sometimes. I don't always throw an intro and an outro in every video. I try to throw an outro so I can stick up my endings, boop, 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 so people can have something to click on if they like what they saw. Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool to shoot this video because I think that for a 2011, the color of it and what I got it for and how many miles are on it, this is truly going to be, I mean, at least the cheapest cover. I'm going to name this video Cheapest Harley Nightster in the USA. And I believe everybody's going to believe me. It's not, it's definitely not a clickbait scenario because I really liked it. I got this bike for the same price as my last one, but it's got way better circumstances. This is a 2011. It's got less miles than my last Nightster. And it's, I mean, this bike probably has another $3,000 on it, especially the dyno tune, Power Commander 5, give the guy the Notorious Wave. Yeah, I just love riding. The Harley got so much attention on my channel that I didn't expect it to. I just kind of made the video on a fluke that I can't not have another one on the channel. I really need to have one back on the channel, making some vlogs with. I can get crafty with the videos and all that good stuff. So I've definitely been waiting too long to get another one. And I really like this one because I knew the weight, if it got me all giddy inside, it was probably going to have the same response from general populace. Which is important, you know. Nobody wants to do moto vlogs with a crappy bike or a bike that's gay unless it's like rare. I think Do It For Dan has a Harley that's an older style Harley bobber. People just love that bike, and I think it's a really rare bike. I'm not exactly sure which particular bike it is, but it does get the love. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll have regular moto vlogs up all the time now that I have the resources and the tools to do it. Make sure you give a big like, since you're probably going to be a little finessed by the fact that I got this bike so cheap. I'm just so glad that I finally got the mic adapter, and this mic adapter got shipped everywhere. Like, first off, it's like an epidemic right now that they're not even that available. Like, people are trying to sell them while they're on back order. Oh God, on back order. And I'm like, oh my God, what is the deal here? And if I get enough subscribers and enough support, I'm going to turbocharge this one. Just because you could see some turbocharged Harley Nightster, Harley Sportster videos on YouTube, but they're all very old. They are from like 2008, and like the quality was like cell phone video type stuff, and nobody wants that, let's just be honest. But yeah, this bike is badass, man. I haven't opened it up yet, but stay tuned for the next video. The next video will be how fast is a Harley Nightster 1200. I'm going to do kind of the same description as the last one that I did, but it's going to be on this bike because that one obviously got really good hits. And how you're not going to want to go haul ass on a moto vlog with this thing anyway. And again, these are massive ape hangers, and I really like them. I was hoping that they weren't going to be too big and I'd have to spend even more money and have my wife look at me like an idiot. But they work for me. I'm 5'5" and my arms are raked up a little bit, but I've already taken this thing down the highway, and I've already hit about 70, 80, even 90 miles an hour, and it's not that bad. It's really not. I'm very happy with it. Very, very, very happy. I'm just finally glad I got a mic adapter, because I've had this footage shot for like a week and a half now, but because I didn't have the mic adapter, it took a dump on me while I was doing the video footage a week or so ago. I ended up taking the bike up and down the road without a mic adapter on it, and I just was not happy with all the wind noise and all that good stuff. So I'm glad we're finally back in business. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go check out the bill of sale. What? Wiggles? Wiggles. So we did get it for $3,500 eventually, and I think I went and bought this thing within a matter of like 48 hours. And I really like Nightsters and Harley Sportsters. They're very affordable bikes for people like me who don't have enough money to spend, 20 or 30 grand or obtain a mortgage payment for these things. And trust me, I've got a lot of friends that have fully skirted motorcycles, fully decked out Harleys, or even base model Harleys that are like Electroglides and Fat Bobs and stuff, and they literally have a mortgage payment for these motorcycles, and it's just not applicable for me to have one if I want to operate maintaining the rest of my stuff that I have, cars, Corvettes, 240SX, etc. So, I really like these bikes. I think these bikes pan out very well for the cost, operation, and as much as they're actually watched on YouTube, is just a much more viable solution for me to actually get people to watch. And obviously we want people to watch because I'd like this to make some money someday. And as promised, we have here a bill of sale. I'm gonna cover up a lot of private information, but I got it on June 27th. Amount paid $3,500. Is a Harley Davidson Nightster 2011. Well, I do regular moto vlogs every week, so make sure you do make sure you do subscribe. If you got a friend that won't believe it or has been in denial that he can actually find a bike for the right price, make sure you share it. I will leave an outro up for everything else that we have on the channel. If you do subscribe, if I get enough support, I will get a sport bike. I realize that people do it with Dan, that obviously they were very fortunate to blow up as fast as they did, and they have a massive subscriber count, make lots of money, and I just don't have that yet. So, I would love a Ninja H2. That would be a sick bike. I actually have a Turbo GSX-R 1000 on the channel. I've had 30 sport bikes up to date. I've had 4 Harleys. I've had the CBR 1000, CBR 600. I've had the 2006 Gixxer 1000. I've had 3 2009 Gixxer 1000s. One was black and white, or blue and white. The other 2 were black. I've had a lot of motorcycles. I've had a 2007 ZX-10R. Actually, it was a 2008. It was a slimmer body style, the newer one, versus the big bulky ones. But do make sure you make sure you subscribe, give it a big thumbs up if you thought this was cool. Or I know a lot of people are going to be like, I can't believe you got the bike for that cheap, because my friends that actually came over and helped me unload the bike were shocked at what I got this bike for. Even my buddy Curtis, he's got, I think, an Electroglide. He's got a badass motorcycle, aftermarket wheels, ape hangers. He was just blown away at how much I got this bike for. And seeing is, it's it's so much louder. It's just not louder exhaust wise, but just pops compared to my 08 Nightster that I already have on the channel. The fact that I got this for the same price is just crazy, and I can't be happy enough. I'm not thankful enough. Make sure you make sure you subscribe, mash the subscribe button. If you got any ideas for videos, leave them down in the comments below. We'll see you later. Have a great day.
I can't stare down the barrel of a gun again. I don't know how I'm gonna have fun again. And this feels like I'm running from the lion now. This feels like I'm burning in a fire. Hold on.